I know before you get onto my neck, I know before you think you can get onto my neck today, before you want to start talking about me thinking that it's all the madness, I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know. You don't have to go what I feel about you. All right, cool. I know the title out there is a bit mad, isn't it? Women don't inspire men in 2025. Really, what I'm talking about, I'm being cheeky. It's a cheeky title to get people cheaper in, okay? Really and truly, what I'm talking about today, I spoke about on my other TikTok as well, okay? Here's my thing, okay? I need the man them to stop choosing gal who do not inspire them. By the way, it's an open panel, so in about 25 minutes, I'm going to ask you guys to come on board as well. So get ready to come on and give your opinions, okay? In 25 minutes, get ready to come and do your opinions, all right? Cool. All right, listen. So, as I was saying, okay, the thing here is this, okay? I need a man them to stop choosing gal them that do not inspire them. I'm sorry, okay? Not every lady out there inspires you, and I need you to let it go. Okay, not every woman out there that you've dated, man, them gets you excited about her and about her life and about her dreams and about her being in your life. Okay, so I need you to leave that girl alone. I need you to leave that woman alone. There are some girls out here that you know that make you want to move the heavens and the earth. You know there's a girl out here that will ask you for money. You don't even blink an eyelid. And there's another girl who asks you for money and you're getting vexed. Certain girls are going to inspire you and certain girls are not going to inspire you. That is the reality of life. It happens at points. So what I'm trying to tell the man them specifically is we need to leave the girl them that do not inspire us alone. Leave them be. They're not bad gal. They're not nasty gal. They're not terrible gal. They're just not the girl for you. And that's okay. It's not every time a man's got to choose a girl that doesn't inspire him and he just trying to settle. I want you to do better. I want you to do better. You understand? Because we're wasting time and wasting destinies by choosing women that do not inspire you. Okay? You talk to her about your plans and what comes back is, yeah, sure. Sure. You talk to her about your plans, all you're hearing is, so what's it going to make? What's the money it's going to get from it? This is not the one you want, bro. Okay? This is not the one that you want. Okay? You need to leave that girl alone. Okay? Certain girls don't even want you. They just want you for your resources. Leave them alone. Save yourself the issues and the pain long term. Okay? So I did this on my other live, on my other TikTok. Number one, let me just say this. I've got 5 points. I'm going to bring you guys on. I want to hear from the ladies and for the gents today, okay? Number one, if this woman does not inspire you to to really chase your vision and your dream, you need to drop her like a sack of potatoes. Let me say it for you one more time. If this woman doesn't ignite you, doesn't excite you, doesn't inspire you to chase your dreams, drop her like a sack of potato and go alone. Drop her and go alone. We do not have time. Destiny's at hand. We're wasting time here because she got bumper and breasts. I don't care. I don't even care if her face is blenny, bro. Let it go. Because every second you spend with that particular woman who doesn't inspire you, I promise you, you will do her more damage than you actually will do any good in the long run. So I'm telling you, let that girl go. She doesn't inspire you. You see, look, let me tell you this now. Let me tell you this now. I'm going to tell you something, okay? Do you know how, and this is not for everybody because some of you, this is not your thing. But let me tell you something that makes it easy. Let me tell you how you know you're inspired by a woman, okay? When that girl asks you for something, I'm not just talking about money. When she asks you for something, okay, you don't feel like, See, when you like this girl and you're inspired by her, yeah? When she asks of something of you, you're not going, what do you mean, dig it? The reason why you're dig it, scratch a CD, is because you're not inspired by her. You don't even like her, bro. And I'm trying to tell you not to waste your time. Okay? I'm trying to tell you not to waste your time. Because if you waste your time Okay? You are going to ruin her life and ruin your destiny. Leave it alone. Okay? Leave it alone. All right? Number two, okay? I've said this before. You should already have your masculine frame and your masculine edge. But there's a type of woman that when she inspires you, bro, you want to be more protective. And I'm not talking about possessive. There's a difference. You want to be more protective. You want to be a provider. You want to be a priest over your home. You want to be a leader. You want to be a builder. You want to be better. There's a type of girl that you want to hit all these points, bro. There's a kind of woman that, bro, you elevate with. And there's one that keeps you where you're at, fam, where you're comfortable. I need you to get it. I need you to get it through your head. There's a type of woman that you will date that will elevate you, not because she's doing it, just by the fact that her mere presence of belief. I'm going to tell you what the truth is, it's underneath it, is her belief in you. But we'll get there in a second. You know what I'm saying to you? That woman that inspires you to go above and beyond. Please, we know. You see James St. Patrick? You see Ghost? That is a definition of a man that was inspired by Angela Valdez. Okay? Angela Valdez. You see how she inspired Ghost to become St. Patrick? I need you to get it. Don't settle for Ghost when St. Patrick's on the other side of your destiny. My guy, rise. Leave Tasha alone and get to Angela Valdez. Now, of course, you know, within reason. You get what I'm saying? You don't commit crimes and don't do them things there. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? You don't want to do them things there. You get me? Okay? All right? But I'm just telling you, you want to be inspired. You know, you saw how the man was going to change. See how he touched her head? You see how he touched her like that? You see? That's a man that's not inspired. Did he ever touch Valdez like that? Now, of course, she had to go because she was snitching. But that's a different story. That man cried over that woman, okay? But when he did that to Tasha's head, that was not a woman that he inspired or loved or cared about or liked. I don't want you in that position. I don't want you in this position here. Okay? Choose a woman, okay, who's going to inspire more of your masculinity. Okay, her femininity is going to push more of your masculinity. You hear what I'm saying to you? Okay, all right. That's what I'm trying to say to you. There's a type of femininity that you respond to. Not every man. There's a type of femininity that woman gives you that you respond to in your masculine. You're like, I don't mind doing that. Okay, all right. Number 3. Okay, there's a type of woman that will inspire you to grow emotionally. There's a type of woman that when you date her, bro, you want to expand emotionally. Now, if she's not making you expand emotionally and you're staying where you are, you're stagnant, you're not expanding, you're not growing, you're not learning to be more emotionally available, you're not growing to be more emotionally regulated, my friend, leave them alone. Okay? Leave them alone. Okay? Leave them alone. You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. You're wasting her time, bro. Okay? All right? Leave them alone. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Okay? Number 4. There's a type of woman. Her inspiration is that she believes in you, bro. There's a type of... You ever met a woman? There's a type of woman that when she meets you says, I believe in your goals. I believe in your dreams. I believe you can make it. She truly believes it, bro, in her heart of heart, and you can feel it, bro. And there is other types of girls that, bro, when they meet you, they don't believe. If they don't see the evidence, they don't see the paper right in front of them, they don't believe. You see what I'm saying to you? Right? So I'm saying to you, listen, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Let it go. Okay? So you've literally got to leave them alone, because, like I said, you have to choose what's going to work for you. You have to choose what's going to make you great. You have to choose the one that, fam, you are inspired to work for. Someone like Jacob could work 7 years for one woman. Think about what we're saying here. There's a type of woman that will make you work 7 years and you won't feel no pain. You won't feel no way. You won't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on the Lord. You don't mind waiting, bro. You feel me? So this tells us there are different types. You know what I'm saying to you? There are different types. Okay? Different types. Okay? All right? Number 5. Okay, number 5. All right? There's a woman, number 5 now out of 5. There's a woman out there that will speak life into you. There is a woman out there, the right one that inspires you, that will speak life into you. I want you to understand that. Okay? So choosing somebody that won't speak life into you is crazy work. It's crazy work. You're short-circuiting your destiny and your purpose to choose somebody you're going to be frustrated with and be annoyed with. No, choose somebody who likes you, who's going to speak life into you. Okay? Now, here's my question for the ladies, because see, I talk to the man every week. Here's my question for the ladies. Those of you in relationships, when's the last time you inspired your man? When's the last time you spoke life into that man? I'm asking a question. Those of you who are in relationships, those of you who are not single, those of you who are with partner, when's the last time you inspired that man? When's the last time? Those of you, even if you are single, can you remember when you inspired that man? Can you remember the time when you spoke life into him, that man? Can you remember? Do you remember the moment? Do you remember the moment? That's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying to you? Or are you there? Ladies, let me tell you this now. Or are you there that you're saying everything is bare minimum? Let me tell you something. Bare minimum is the work of the devil. Yes, it is the work of the devil. Let me tell you that now. Bare minimum, when you say it to your partner, is the work of the devil. Listen, let me tell you something. Anything that you're not grateful for will not start to grow. Anytime you stop being grateful for things, it stops growing. Gratitude is one of the most keyest things to make something grow. So whenever we're dropping this bar, everything's bare minimum, bare minimum, bare minimum. Bare minimum is the very thing that's going to cause it to be bare minimum. Yeah. So we want to get away from that. There's nothing bare minimum about this. Okay? There's nothing bare minimum about this. You get what I'm saying to you? Right? Your words, your actions towards that man can inspire him. I'm talking about relationship, please. I'm not talking about if you're single, you're inspiring men on a general. No one's talking about that. When you're in a relationship, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about when you're here inspiring men as a general conception. No, of course not. No one's asking for that. I'm not even here to inspire you. I'm here to tell you, to come on, let's get better. You know what I'm saying to you? All right? So when someone is doing something, right? When someone is doing something, we should be appreciative of it. Right? Yes, emotional maturity is a bare minimum. But when they execute it and they show you that, we should not be like, oh, that's bare minimum. I want to appreciate that. No, we should still be thankful and grateful. You know what I'm saying to you? We should still be that space. Right? And I think this is a very important point in relationships in terms of actually really kind of growing together. I'm specifically speaking to them for the men on this occasion. We need ladies in our life, and if you are somebody in a relationship, that will speak some life into us, bro. When we're out there and we're going after it, when we're there and we're winning, when we're out there and we're trying our hardest, we just need more words of encouragement, bruh. That can be bare minimum, but the reality of the situation is that is massive. We need it. We need it. You know what I'm saying to you? And I say need with not necessarily like a need, but we want it and desire it because it also inspires us to go and do more. You see what I'm saying to you? Right? So when a woman speaks life into you and encourages you, yes, this is powerful. It's needed. When we hear that someone's got our back, even in the low moments, bro, different, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Different. You know what I'm saying to you? Different. Different. So for me, that's what I'm saying about relationships. You get me? You feel what I'm saying to you? Now, that's my little thoughts. If you have a different thought, the thing is there. We want to see requests. Okay? All right? We want to see requests. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay? I want to see requests. Someone said, are you referring to relationship or dating phase? I'm talking about just relationships though. I'm talking about relationships. But you should be able to speak life into people anyway. Do you know what I'm saying to you? If you're dating someone, you should be able to speak life into them. They don't have to be your man. They don't have to be your husband all of a sudden to speak life into them. Speaking life just means actually speaking a word over them. Just like, hey, I see you. Why would you date somebody you couldn't speak life into? That's nuts. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. You wouldn't speak life into somebody who you're dating. What the frick are you gonna be? What the frick are you gonna be with them for? Like when do you start? Do you start when you cross over the finish line? When you finally get married? Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying to you? No. These are stuff that we do beforehand. Right? Now, am I gonna say you should start cooking and cleaning for that man every day? No, you're not married. I would never tell you to do that. That's not one of those things. But emotional connection's a real thing. You should be emotionally connecting. Yes, you should be open. Yes, you should be vulnerable. Yes, we're not waiting until we get to over the line of marriage. So then like, now I'm going to suddenly be vulnerable. No. What you've practiced is what you do. But cooking and cleaning and doing that kind of thing. Yeah, no one's asking you to do that. I don't think you should be doing those things before marriage. Like you can if you want to. But I'm not asking you to go out there, cook for that man, wait on him barefoot and all that. No. That's something for marriage, bro. That is generally for a wife. But to speak life into somebody, to be able to encourage somebody, nah. That should be done before then. You get what I'm saying to you? In that space. But like I said, I'm trying to hear some thought processes today. Because I ain't got long today. So if you're gonna take long to come out, I ain't got long today, fam. You get what I'm saying to you? So we've got a limited time limit, bro. A limited time limit, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay? A limited time limit, bro. You get me? Someone said cooking and cleaning is not for husbands. Oh, it can be for husbands too. I'm just using a very stereotypical example. You know what I mean? Again, why can't you explain what men need to do? But I have done. Every week I've been on this thing. I've done explain what men need to be doing. In fact, last night I explained what men should be doing. I've already done that. Do you know what I mean? I've already done that. This was for the ladies for this time. When a woman feels safe, she naturally softens. I hear that, 100%. Only your mother can inspire a man boy. Oh, okay, cool. I don't know why you choose a man boy, but okay. Do I have anyone inspiring me at the moment? Yeah. I thought men like to be inspired by other men. You got podcasters to inspire you. I don't know. You're asking as if I said that's the only inspiration I'm talking about. That's not the only, that's not the only thing I'm talking about. I said talking about relationship, in terms of relationship. We can be inspired by other things. That's not to say we're not inspired by other things. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not saying that we're not inspired by other things. I didn't say that at all. I didn't say it's only inspired by. Only would mean that there's nothing else that inspires you. I said when you are dating someone relationship wise, you should be an inspiration to that person. Inspiration means that you speak life into them, you encourage them, you believe in them. You understand you? My aura is inspiring. I love it. I love that. You guys are coming on and then disappearing. What's going on, cuz? Pascal, what's good?
Uh, Good, man. You?
I'm good, family. What are you telling me?
No, I'm just wanna say I agree. I kind of agree with your topic a little bit. Like I said, yeah, like we should, as men and women, we should definitely pull into each other. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's it, really.
Okay. Have you ever been inspired by a lady?
To make
One
me money, to
mm-hmm.
make money. That's it, really. But
Oh,
like,
sorry, say again.
in what sense?
Let's say you're dating someone. You ever been inspired by her?
Only to make more money, No, like that's it.
Only to make more money.
Yeah.
Why? What
In
did
a
she?
sense, we're like, you
Uh-huh.
know, dumb high. Like, if she seems like high, if she seems, what's that word? If she seems looks high maintenance, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. I hear that. Okay. So when her looks are high, maintenance high, you were inspired.
Yeah, but I feel like what's money nowadays? You know what I mean? In a sense,
Mm.
it's more. It's just proud to be work harder. Think. How can I say this? Like they should inspire each other to like work harder, read the Bible more. You know what I mean? Be more spiritual minded, like mentally, physically. And you know what I mean? Like cover everything basically.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely understand what you're saying. Looks definitely can play a part in it, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looks definitely play a part for man. Them. I can't lie. We can be inspired by looks. Many a man have wrote a song about a woman because of her beauty. You understand? But have you ever been inspired by her as a being though? Like beyond the beauty, in terms of like looks wise, have you ever been inspired by the fact that the things that she says or the things that she does or the vision that she not even vision but the life she can speak into your vision that you also have as well?
Good question. You know, personally, personally no. You know, personally. But I know there are women out there that definitely do that for their like partners.
So okay, so you've never actually experienced that from a
Nah,
lady.
I haven't.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is why this is why I'm talking to the man them today. You know what I'm saying to you? Because man deserves that, bro. You deserve a woman that, bro, family, she sees what you're already doing and speaks life into it, bro. You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
You get me? Because this life, fam, when you do it, when you're dating someone and all they can see you as is a resource, but don't see that they themselves can speak a life into you and encourage you in a way that, fam, you want to go and do more, bro. Why should you not have someone like that, bro?
can I just say in a comment? Yeah, come out. I in the comments. Personally, I've tried to inspire other people. Obviously, you know what I mean, like to work harder. Obviously, I tell them, but it's their prerogative to actually follow what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I hear you. I hear you. You know, I want to encourage you, bro, and say, bro, listen, whatever you're doing, fam, choose someone that, bro, will love you. You will like them. They inspire you, bro. That when they see you, they like you and they like what you do.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying to you? Nothing less, bro. See what I'm saying to you? When I talk to the ladies, they don't mind. But when I'm talking to when I'm now telling the man them to choose, I haven't even cussed a woman, you know. And look how the ladies are turning against me. I haven't cussed them. I've said the same thing about the man them. I said the same thing to the ladies too. Every week I talk to the ladies about how man them should move, how they should do better, how they should be better leaders. They're not on my neck like this. When I tell the man them they should improve, they're not on my neck. The moment I'm now telling them, I'm not even saying women are bad, you know. I'm saying that the man them need to choose inspirational women, and they're telling me we should. Whatever you inspire the man. I'm like, bro, we're not talking about you today. We're not even cussing you. We're actually saying that the man them should leave you alone if you can't inspire that man. Because you know how I know the women that like you, that really want you, they want to inspire you. Why do I say inspire you? I mean by this, but they speak life into you, bro. When they see you doing anything, bro, they want to support. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
yeah,
Right? They're proud of you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? They let you know that, listen, I rate what you're doing. I see it. You know what I'm saying to you? So you deserve a girl, bro, that sees you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, fam. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And as a man, you can do even more productivity when you're inspired by someone who has your back and actually wants you, bro. You know what I'm saying to you?
definitely.
You know what I mean?
It
Okay.
is.
Go on.
And then in the Bible, it says there's life and power in the tongue, in it.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? So
Of course. Trust me. We need it, bro. Krish, welcome to the conversation.
Hello, hello, hello.
Have I said it correctly? Sorry, I know.
No, you have, you have, you
Okay, cool.
have, you
Because
have.
I'll be bad with names. I apologize. Yes, Krish. What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? You might have different ones. It's good to have discussion. We're here to
I'm, I'm,
discuss.
I'm slightly older, so I have a different perspective. I do think what's going on today when it comes to the dating world is that people are like, no offense to anyone, this is not aimed at anyone, but I do feel like sometimes men can be quite superficial. So they look at things that they desire in a woman and they almost prioritize physical attributes over other things. And that's where they're going wrong. I do feel like, yeah, we've got to speak life into our partners, but I do feel like sometimes men and women, we're both guilty of this, are delusional about what they should expect, or their requirements of their expectations within a relationship or dating. So, for example, like you have a man that's like, I don't know, he could, I mean, we all have like societal standards. So you could have a man that majority of women would look at and say, consider him a six. He's looking at a woman that's a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
And his approach will be so off
Mm-hmm.
because that woman's not almost on the same level as what he is,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's almost like an unrealistic expectation. And I think that's what's going on. People sit behind computers and they admire people on Instagram and BBLs and all these things that are going on. And
Yeah.
that it's almost like tarnishing or doing something to the perception of what it is that they think that they're capable of achieving, or the kind of person that they think that they should be pursuing. I think there's
Yeah.
something that's going on
I
in the sense.
Hold
yes,
on,
and
hold
I
on,
think that
hold on, hold on,
everything
hold on,
is
hold on,
fake.
hold on, before you jump. This is not one of those platforms where everyone can jump in. Sorry, I like to keep a nice thingy. Sorry, just for anyone, because I didn't explain that rules before. I like everyone to have their
Can I
turn and let them
can
land.
I talk?
Hold on. I want to explain it. So when anyone's talking, I want them to finish their point, let them land, and then the next person can go. You understand?
Can I talk?
Hold on. Krish, have you officially finished and landed a point?
Pretty much, I don't think there's anything more for me to say. Yeah, I'm open for that debate. So, yeah.
No, I love the points, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it does. Men do look at physical, and that's something I said. I should have said earlier on as well, because I said another thing is that men do look at breast and bum, and whenever you look at breast and bum, and that's all you're looking at, you're gonna choose the wrong kind of girl. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Which is why I asked Pascal, have you had a woman that actually emotionally can speak to you in that particular way? Because breast and bum is good, it's beautiful, but it's only limited. You know what I'm saying to you? It's limited. That's not inspirational. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That might get you gingered, but it's not inspirational. What's inspirational when someone can speak life into you and see you and be like, I see you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So yeah, I appreciate that. Yes, NOA, go for it.
I didn't want to talk about the topic. Should I talk about the topic?
You can do, yeah, go for it.
Can I talk about something else, or do I have to talk about the topic?
Why would you talk about something else?
No, it's just a question. It's just a question. Should I talk about
Is a question about the topic we're talking about?
no, something else? Because I can also talk about the topic.
Let's focus on the topic.
What? Okay. Women don't inspire men in 2025. Right?
Yeah, I mean, did you hear what Krish was kind of saying? She kind of, but you can. Oh, do you want, take it where you want to take it to. Take it where you want to take it to. Sorry, apologies.
I think that most of the women
Wait, hold on.
today,
Sorry, my
what
brain is
I'm
tingling. My brain is tingling. How did you jump in when Krish was talking and you didn't know what we were talking about?
yes, but then you stopped me, and now I want to talk.
No, but wait. The reason I'm pointing this out is because this is the kind of stuff I talk about when we talk about these relationship stuff. How were you willing to jump in when Krish hadn't even finished and landed her plane, and you don't know what she was actually saying?
I actually did hear what she was saying, but I didn't remember.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I just had to say that. Okay, go for it. Apologies. Go for it.
I think that we hear a lot of women don't want to be that manly persona as they are. They want to have this feminine aura around them. They want to be feminine. But because of they had been in relationships or seen other men act more feminine, then they feel that they have to take this responsibility of a manly persona. If you understand what I mean.
I get the feminine and the masculine energy. What persona are you talking about?
I mean,
yeah, explain that a little bit.
I can give example for myself if it's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
For myself, I've been in a relationship with a man who has been like 50-50 and wants me also to go to work. When he goes to work, he wants me to help with the bills and stuff like that. For me, that it's my opinion.
That's fair.
For me, that's not manly.
Mm.
I think that the man should provide for the women.
Okay.
So in that relationship that I had, it wasn't like that. So when I was in that relationship, automatically I took like I was like a dominant personality somehow, how I reacted, how I talked, and I didn't feel good about myself because I don't want to be that personality.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, but before him, but before this man, I was in a relationship where the man took all the responsibility for the economy and stuff like that. I felt good about myself because of that. I could be the feminine me. I could be my own persona. I didn't have to be the dominant. And that's what I feel like. A lot of women today, they are putting on a face
Okay.
like we are independent. We're doing that. We're doing that. They're showing. But I feel like deep inside, many of them don't want to be that. They want to lay back. They want to sit back,
Mm-hmm.
and just let somebody else do the work. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no, I get you. No, I actually get it. I hear what you're saying. Okay. Just obviously for you, when you obviously for the man paying the bills, because obviously we're talking about the stereotypical role. Then does that mean that for you as a lady, then you'll be in the kitchen cooking?
No,
Oh.
no. Of course, when I'm thinking a man provider,
Mm.
I also have a role in the relationship.
Oh, okay.
Maybe my role wouldn't be to be in the kitchen. Maybe
Oh,
I have other roles.
what would that role be? I would
And
love to know.
it depends on what you and the partner are talking about.
So would you be okay if he also said it's not very feminine for you not to be in the kitchen cooking?
What do you say?
Would you be okay if the man said it's also not very feminine for you not to be in the kitchen?
It would be okay for me because that's his opinion.
Okay, cool. Hey, so long as you're cool with that. So you'd be okay with that if he said that he wants someone to be in the kitchen, he pays the bills, you be in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning. You're good with that.
No, for me, no. No.
So wait, okay.
I
So
would,
ideally, what would be your role? Sorry, ideally,
yeah,
what would be
no,
your role?
no, but please, you as a woman can have other roles in the family beside of cooking, cleaning when the man is the provider. That's the old school thinking, that the man should be the provider and women should be in the kitchen or cleaning. No, that's the old school, please. When we are talking about right now is that I'm talking about the society. Many women don't even want to go to work. They want the man to provide. Okay?
Agree.
Still, the man can help at home with the other stuff. It doesn't mean that because he's bringing home the money that he doesn't have any responsibility at home. No, he still can help around the house, even though he's providing for the family. Of course.
Okay, but you want him to pay all the bills.
Yeah, he should be the provider, of course,
Sole provider.
and help, and also be, how do you say, helping around at home. Not helping, but be active at home also.
Okay, cool. So what would be your role? So because you didn't explain what your role would be. So let's say you're not cooking and cleaning. Cool. I don't mind that. What would be your role?
I can do other stuff.
What would be your role?
But please, what do you mean that if I don't cook and clean, I don't have any
Don't
role?
worry about that. You said cooking and cleaning is not what you expect to be feminine. So I'm saying to you, what would be your role? So
I can
let's
be
know.
me. I can be me as a woman. Me as a woman is enough.
So what do you do?
No, but I take care of my man, of course.
Oh yes, that's what I'm asking for. So break it down. So what does that look like? I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying to you, what does that look? Because you're right now, what you're saying is very general. I look after my man. Okay, how? Because I said cooking and cleaning. You said no. So how do you do that?
Of course, I would take care of the home, but it doesn't mean that I have full responsibility for cleaning and cooking.
Okay,
Okay?
okay. So would you help around with the bills?
No, he's a provider.
So he does full provision and then does part-time home stuff, and you do part-time home
Yeah,
stuff, but you don't pay
yeah,
no bills.
yeah.
Okay, so what else? Okay, so I'm gonna roll with it. What else do you do?
No, that's it. Take care of we take care of each other.
You've not
Me
explained how
as
you're
a
taking care of
woman.
this man. I don't. At this moment, I've not heard anything that's telling me how you've taken care of him. Nothing you've said is taking care of him. I'm so confused. What are you doing to take care of him? That's what I'm trying to understand. You should know because you said this is
Uh,
what your role you're gonna play. So
yeah,
what are you doing? I'm not
okay.
against you, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm saying to you, I actually can understand where you're coming from. But I'm saying to you,
but
let us know what you're
listen,
talking about.
listen. He will take care of me, and I will take care of him. We're in a relationship, but you are wrong there. You know why?
I can't be wrong because
Because
I didn't say anything right or wrong. I said explain
yeah,
yourself.
but that's the problem here. Nowadays, men are not like the men who, what used to be. The men used to be. Uh, they didn't even say to their wife, "Okay, we're gonna provide, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" Like, please, what are what you're gonna do? If you love us, you marry us, and then you're gonna be the provider, and then the rest is the rest. But nowadays, men want a woman to go also work, and he also gonna go in work, and then 50-50 and everything. So if a woman is gonna date a man for 50-50, then she can go and be alone. Why should she go and be with a man for 50-50? Why?
When have I ever you're
That's
going around a point that I've not mentioned
dumb.
to you. Yeah,
What?
I need you to hear me out because I think this, like, I don't think there's many women like you, but when we do meet them, I have to tell them the same thing that they tell the men. You're deluded. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I tell the men the same thing. They're deluded. Here's why you're deluded. I've not asked you that question. I've not asked you anything about. I've not asked you about the money. I said, what role are you going to play? And you keep running to money. I've
Well,
not talked about money.
yeah.
I wait. Hold on. What I've said to you is, what is your role? You said I can then help around the house. I said, okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. What else would be your role? Because I'm expecting you to say, okay, then in fact, I'm even expecting you to come into this role and say, you know what, I'm gonna speak life into my man. You know what, I'm gonna be doing. I'll do this. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be money. I'm not expecting money. I'm not expecting you to talk about money because you said you're not gonna do that. I was expecting you to say, I take care of my man. Okay, how? We didn't even get. We didn't even get. We didn't even get. We didn't even get. Yeah, someone said emotional. We didn't
But
even get
here
emotional
you
support. We
go.
didn't even get sex. We didn't get nothing.
But
We just got. I'm just gonna be there. And I'm like, so what does
but
that
look at the
mean?
comments. But look at the comments. Taking care of the man spiritually, mentally, and physically. You see?
What does spiritually looking after somebody look like?
Yeah, in many ways. You can define spiritual in your own way. I can define spiritual in my own way.
Oh, allow it, man. Hey, anyway, man, moving on, man. Because listen, hey, my time is short because I feel like you're trolling me, bruv. You said it's you defining it. I don't understand why I have to define it for you. You're supposed to define it. I like it, man. Anyway, man, I'm moving on, man. Hey, mute up. Let me mute up for you.
I just
No,
want.
allow it. JC next. My patience is short today. I don't know what's going on, fam. I'm asking
Bro,
basic questions and I don't know why it's going left.
you're a better man than me, fam. But anyways, moving on, fam. To answer your question, women don't inspire men in 2025. It's a difficult one, but I think as a collective, I'd have to agree, bro. I think men are waking up in terms of focusing on themselves, making sure they're stable before they get in any kind of relationship. But at the same time, for a woman to inspire a man, it has to come from character. And I think character can only be extracted if a man knows how to lead effectively.
Okay, I like where you go with this, bro. Talk to us.
So yeah, man, that's just my 2 cents on it. But obviously, if you've got any questions, I can.
No, I like where you took it, bro. I like where you took it. You expanded it, and I like where you took it to. So you said obviously a man needs to be an effective leader. Explain that a bit more. Expand that for people, 'cause I think that's a good
Yeah,
point.
100%. Because I think it was a couple of days ago, I was reading something and it said women are multipliers of what essentially what you put into them. They're gonna multiply back to you, innit?
Absolutely.
And if you're giving them something negative, then you can't complain if the outcome is negative. And what we see in a lot of today's dating is obviously men are going for like the superficial thing, bum, breast, oh, she's laying this and that, money can get any girl. But on a deeper level, bro, if you're thinking long term, you need a man or you need a woman that's, like you said, in it, that's gonna lift you up in hard times, that's gonna speak to your spirit, that's gonna pull you through the maddest of times in terms of praying for you, picking up chores in the house, shit, running errands on your behalf if you're not able to do things. But all of that comes from leading effectively, and that comes down to like communication, knowing when to communicate, how to communicate, how to nurture her, how to cater to her emotions. You know what I mean? It's a lot to unpack, but yeah, if you ask me if women inspire men in 2025 as a whole, from what I've seen, the men are not really inspired by women, bro. It takes a really, really rare woman for even the man them to say, yo, this woman's actually inspiring me to change my life. Do you know what I mean? So, but
Precisely.
even before that, before you're inspired by a woman, bro, you need to be inspired by God. There needs to be a bigger calling on your life, because a woman is or rather the right woman comes into your life once you've done the work, bro. Not the other way around. Do you know what I mean? But this is something that all guys have to learn, and it's a tricky lesson to learn, but hopefully all of them get it. But yeah, man, that's my 2 cents on the topic still.
I appreciate it, bro. It's sound. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. I like the points.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for that, Jay. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Body is it Body Barbie? Body by Diana. Oh no, you said last time. Body by Diana. Yes. Hi, Dan. You can unmute yourself. Sorry, my bad. I mute everybody so that the sound doesn't play up. But yes, you can unmute yourself. What's your thoughts? We'd love to hear your opinions. Body by Diana, are you there? Body by Diana, are you there? Are you there? Okay, maybe not. I'll go. She said, you said I. Yes, unmute. If you can unmute yourself, Body by Diana. We're waiting so we can hear your thoughts. I'm here. Okay, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I've muted you, but you can unmute yourself. Oh, you don't know how? Okay, there we go. Go for it.
There you go.
What's good?
I was trying to work it out. I was like,
No worries. My bad there.
Okay, where do I start?
Wherever you want.
Okay, so a little context. I'm a very, very energetic, positive person. I'm God-fearing. And I've always dated guys. I don't say dated guys. Okay. I find that I attract, because of my aura, because of my energy, I attract a lot of guys that kind of feed off my energy. And it's really, honestly, it's getting to the point where I'm just like, okay, I understand that everyone is trying their best to become the best versions of themselves. But what tends to happen is when I first meet someone, they kind of like project, what I am
if that makes sense. And as I get deeper in the relationship, I start to see that they don't really have it together as they said they did. And I think it's really draining me, and I'm really trying to stay positive and like, I'm the kind of person, when I'm with someone, I'm encouraging them. I'm like, okay, you want to do this, let's talk about it. What are your goals? Because I've got like a vision board. I'm a planner. I'm organized. I try to be anyway. I'm a business owner. I journal. I do all these things with the work. I've done so much work on myself. And when I meet someone and I speak to them and there's this excitement and they're like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, oh, cool, we're on the same level. Oh my gosh, yes. And then I get with them and then I'm like, okay, you don't really have it like you said you did, but I'm gonna encourage you. And my last relationship, what happened is he kind of sold me a dream. I would say I was almost misled, because when I got with him, he said he's saving up to get his mortgage, and he's staying with a friend, sharing a home with his friend. He's renting, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I hear it. Living in London is expensive. I can work with that. He's got a plan. He's got a vision, right? And then I don't know what happened between him and his friend. He ended up going back and staying with like his brother and his brother's wife. So I'm like, okay. I mean, listen, things happen, right? Things happen. I'm still here. I'm encouraging you. I believe in you. I'm the type to send paragraphs of, scripture and this is what God says about you. And he would say, I'm really doubting myself right now, and I'm encouraging him, and I'm like, okay, let's pray about it. Then it got to a point where like he'd be like, I just wish I was a bit more like you. I wish I was a bit more like, if you hear anything, it's my cat in the background. He would say, I wish I was like motivated like you. And he would make comments like, oh, I wish I was like that. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's so unattractive. You just have a man that is constantly doubting himself. And it just gets to a point where I'm just like, okay, I need that energy too. The same energy I'm feeding into you, I need that too, because I'm not Superwoman. I don't have it all together. And, he didn't have it in him because he was doubting himself so much. And I'm going to land and say, it's not just about a woman inspiring a man. It's about, and this is, oh my gosh, this is another thing that started to happen. He felt as if I was talking at him or down to him, even if I said it in the most nicest, calmest way. He'd start to kind of have a little bit of an attitude where it's like, yeah, I am going to do it though. I did say I'm going to do it. And I'm just like, dude, I'm just reminding you of what you told me, because I listened to Miles Monroe, and one thing Miles Monroe said is, if you give a woman a house, she'll make it into a home. We will basically if you tell us something, we're going to remember it, because we're almost like prophets. Women are almost like prophets. If you tell a woman, oh, babe, I'm interested in starting this business, she might come to you one day and be like, oh, babe, what's going on with the business? Oh, maybe you can do this, maybe you can do that, because she remembered what you told her. So it's like he would have a go at me for reminding him of what he told me he said he would do. And that would become an argument in itself. So that's why it's like there's layers to this, and it's very, very dangerous for a woman to be that positive and that inspiring all the time. It can make you really, it can drain you basically. So that's my 2 pence on the situation. It's not easy being this inspiring, positive woman, and I just see a lot of men not having that leadership. They don't have that foundation. So when they go out into the real world and they find women like such as myself, they genuinely just don't even know what to do with us. And then on my side, I'm a hairstylist as well, and I speak to a lot of women, and I hear the stories. You know, women are really trying to work with men out here. I know it doesn't look like it because social media will always show like the baddie that just like wants a Birkin, but the real women, the girl next door, are trying to work with these men, and unfortunately the inner work is not being done in them. It's just not being done in them.
Listen, I'm hearing you 100%. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Has this happened more than once?
It's happened more than once because because I don't stay with them for long. As soon as I start to see those signs, I'm out the door. So yeah, I think while dating, I've noticed that there's a pattern, and it's almost like you can do so much work on yourself, but if your environment is filled with men that aren't doing the work on themselves, it's like, damn, you know, am I doomed, you know? So it's in the dating stages, it's in getting to know them, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go. Like, I need to go. But this particular situation that I told you about is my ex, and I had to leave him because I was like, I was becoming so drained that even my friends were like, damn, like it actually looks like you're no longer your positive self, because he was taking and taking and taking, you know?
I do know. It's giving Bob the Builder.
Literally, it was a lot.
It's
Like,
giving you the Bob.
like I'm the Bob and I'm not the Bob. I
You are
don't
the
want to
Bob.
be the Bob.
You like projects.
I hate projects.
Come and sit on this bench with me next to me. You need to come and sit on this bench next to me.
I hate projects. Like, honestly, like I'm such a girl's girl, and I'm such like, honestly, I love flowers, and I love just taking care of my man, but I love to be taken care of too. Like, I'm not into it, and I don't want it.
So at what point did he take care of you?
Well, in the beginning stages, he was pretty much anything I need doing around the house.
Okay.
You know, because I'm pretty much about like looking after my man, cooking for him, making sure he's good. And he'd come around the house and he'd be like, okay, what do you need done? Anything that needs fixing, anything that needs doing, stuff like that.
That's fair.
And going out on dates and stuff like that. But again, he was in such a tight situation, that kind of stopped. And I'm not the type to even pay. I would rather just like be like, okay, if we can't afford it, I'll just, you know, make something at home and we can cook. And when you have the money, you can take me out. I'm not into like the whole paying and stuff like that, you know.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your energy is lovely, but it's giving you nice. I can't lie to you. It's giving you nice, but I'm maybe projecting a little bit here. It sounds like you're real nice.
I can be a bit of a bitch when I'm ready, though.
Yeah, when you've had enough, but by then you're too nice in the beginning. It's too late by then. At that point, it's too late. You nice. You're that's the energy you're giving me. I have a friend, I've said the same thing to her. I said, you're too nice. And what it means is like, you're giving way too much before you've actually scoped the scene. You see what I'm saying to you? Like, your natural energy is that you're a given person, which is fair, right? It's good to be given, right? But within even given, we are to steward our given in terms of time, energy, money, and resources. You know what I'm saying to you? So you're a lovely girl, and I don't want to see you get used by any other man, but I'm gonna need you to put it in some boundaries, okay? All right? There's too many Negroes out here that don't deserve you. You know what I'm saying to you? There's too many Negroes out here. Bad investments, after a while, we got to ask ourselves the question, I need to learn how I'm investing. Because I'm investing, I'm getting bad stock returns. Is it because stock market is bad? Or is it because we don't have enough knowledge to be able to work in the stock market? Me, I don't go to stock market. I don't like the risk. I don't have knowledge in the stock market. You feel me? So once we're making those investments, I have to ask myself the question: why am I making those investments? What is it about those people there that I'm encountering them? Why?
Do you know what? Yeah, can I be honest?
Okay, babe. I like your honesty. Go on.
So I have a theory,
Okay, talk to me.
and my theory is that because of the lack of fatherhood in the home,
Okay.
a lot of black men, and I love my black men. Oh my gosh, like I love my black men, but a lot of them are genuinely, and this is what I saw in a lot of them when I was dating. They want to be better. Like I see it in them. They want to be better, but a lot of them just don't know where to start.
Hey,
And it's like they don't have that. You know how we're having this conversation? I can call my girls if I've had a bad day and be like, oh my gosh, and just vent. I don't think men do that. They have very surface level relationships, even with their boys. And sometimes they'll talk to me and I'm just like, okay, you can talk to your friends, and they'll be like, no, I don't really like talk to my friends on that level. Like, I don't really talk to my friends. And I'm just like, why do you have friends then? You know, there's just a level of vulnerability that men are not having. And I feel like that is stopping them from moving forward and becoming the best versions of themselves. That's my theory, because I'm actually, don't judge me, but I'm actually thinking of just like expanding and dating other races, even though I love black men so much. I'm just like, okay, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. And I'm just like, okay, maybe I should try. And I'm like, I don't know.
wait. So did you start off by saying that the men don't have the dad, or you didn't have the dad?
No, I'm saying that the common thing that I see is
Oh,
the lack of fatherhood in the household. A lot of them were brought up by single mothers, and they're very much almost feminine in the sense, in the way they
wait. So
share.
if they're feminine, how are they finding you?
Because there's so many lack of fathers.
No, you're not deep in it.
No,
Complementary energy meets complementary energy. If they are given feminine, you are given masculine.
no, I don't
That's why you're
agree.
meeting them. That's why you're meeting them.
Honestly, I don't, and I'm being honest, like if you ever spoke to my friends and even spoken to anyone that knows me, I'm not masculine at all, in a sense where I'm not trying to lead a man. Like I'm very much like, I'm Ugandan, and I would say I'm more Ugandan than British, in the sense where all the women around me, you know, we really believe in looking after the man. We believe in allowing him to lead. We believe in praying for him, helping him, being his helper. I just think, and this is what I don't like about these type of conversations, I feel like they're so targeted on a woman and what the woman should do, when with the amount of work that I've done on myself, including therapy, I'm just meeting a lot of broken men.
Okay.
I honestly believe that, hand on heart, and it's just sad. It makes me so sad.
Listen, I hear you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, if they know me, I do these lives on a Monday. We coach. I coach people on a daily basis. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people think they're further along than they actually are. You're an overreacher. That's your problem. That's why I said masculine. Masculine, not in terms of your emotions, but you're an overreacher. Your job is to help, but you overreach with the helping. Your energy gives that. So what you're encountering is men that need to be fixed because you like fixing. So there's something about you that likes to go
I
and
can
fix.
agree with that.
You see
I
the
can
brokenness
agree
in
with
them,
that.
and you're like, oh, I can see the potential that you could be a great person. Like you're nice.
Yeah,
you're not
I can
rude,
agree with that.
That's the overreaching. So
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
meeting men in that energy, it's oftentimes because you are exhibiting the complementary energy of that. So that's
yeah,
what I'm saying to you when I say masculine. I don't think you're necessarily like, oh, you're like, no. What I'm saying to you is that there's an aspect where you're always in a space of giving. The
and I'm
masculine
just like,
is when
yeah,
you're
you can
giving.
do this. Like, you got this. You know.
Precisely. which is the masculine. The masculine is in the basis of giving, and the feminine is in the basis of receiving. So what's happening is when you're encountering these men, it's easy for you to give, but you're not recognizing that it's actually for your position to receive. Now, when I said about inspiring, I'm not saying that you can't inspire and speak to a man in that space. You're just on the you're in the right place. You're just doing the wrong thing. Here's what I mean by that. Your assignment probably is to meet these men, but not to date them.
Yeah.
You're supposed to help them along and get them in their thing, let them fly, and you give them a bit of information and they fly, or you be their friend and they get information, they fly, and they come back and say, hey, you know what, you Diana, let me bless you because you've helped me along the way. You've been a great friend along the way, but you're messing up your assignment because you're going into some things thinking it's a boyfriend. Nah, it's a friend who's a
Oh
boy.
my gosh, it's so true because I used to be an evangelist when I used to go to church. And literally, like, I tried to have guy friends, but you know how guys are. Like, eventually they just, start to, move to you or whatever. But I do feel like, yeah, I see what you mean. I'm always helping in my family. I'm always helping, like, I have a charity as well. I'm always helping. So I guess maybe because of that, I'm attracting. Yeah, it's true.
Why are you always helping in your family though? What is the dynamic? You have to go too
I'm
deep.
the oldest.
You got the older syndrome like myself.
I'm the
Okay.
oldest.
Welcome to the club. I told you come and sit next to me. We're in the same club. I told you come and sit next to me. We're in the same club.
Oh,
Okay.
it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm glad you've given me some clarity. So what do I do? Oh my gosh, what do I do?
Start investing in yourself.
Oh my gosh, I invest so much on myself. Listen, you see me, I love myself so much. I'm a gym girly. I go to church. I got a business. Like, I do so much on myself because I genuinely enjoy like self-improvement and stuff like that. Like, so I don't know how much more work I need to do.
As in, like, enjoy prioritizing yourself and enjoy saying no. Like you're on too many yeses. That's boundaries. Like, you need to learn how to be able to say no and be okay with saying no. But because you're the first older born, you are used to responsibility and think that every role you play deserves to have responsibility. That's not the case. There is times where you can rest. You don't know how to rest because you've always been the firstborn. Firstborns don't rest. They're consistently looking after people, looking around to see if any danger's around. You're consistently being a protector. So you actually are in the masculine because you're always protecting, you're always providing, you're always trying to, and providing doesn't mean money, it means you're always providing information, you're always providing emotional support, you're always giving people, you're always giving something to somebody. And in that space, you don't know how to rest. So that rest, when I say go and spend time on you, it means go and do what you need to do to go and rest. If that means you go and do what your hobbies are, your likes are, do it without restraint and thinking about, if I do this today, I got to think, nah, today, this is your season to think about you. Enjoy yourself, focus on your business, yes, but focus on enjoying life from your perspective, because being a firstborn will rob you of everything, and then supporting everybody else will rob you of everything. If that means that certain people in your family also don't get access to you, you're going to start saying no to them, right? Because it's the season where it's for you. Without that, I promise you, you'll keep doing the same thing, and these men will keep coming, and the next time you find a more sophisticated man who may even have it all at the beginning, but when he falls apart, he can't put himself back again. And when he doesn't put himself back, you'll try and put it back together again. And then it'll actually then cost you even more in the long run because you might have married him. Now, we need to make sure that we enjoy taking care of ourselves. We enjoy our time. We enjoy spending time with us. We're also able to say no because that doesn't work for me right now. I need more time for me. I need you to be okay being selfish.
Yeah. I can be okay being selfish. I'm very good at leaving. Like, every time I leave, they're always shocked because they're so shocked because I'm so 100% that when I'm gone, I'm like, okay, bye. And they're like, huh? Like, what do you mean by? So it's like, I am quite good at leaving, but I think now it's like, I'm getting to the point where I'm like 38 and I'm like, damn, how did we...
Damn, you sound young. I thought you have a youthful voice.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's just like the pressure now, and I'm like, I'm really trying not to feel the pressure, but I'm just like, damn. But yeah, now that I know, I understand it, and I'm gonna work on that.
No worries at all. If you need any coaching, shout me, DM me. I got you. Thank you.
I'm gonna go back down, but I don't know how to go down.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can stay if you want to stay, but if you want to go down school, I got you.
I'll go.
Okay. No worries. I'll put you down. If you want to come back out, let me know.
Thank you.
No worries, you're good. Omar Mode. Hopefully I've said it right. Omar Mode. How we
Yes.
doing? How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good. Talk to me. What are you saying? What are you thinking?
So women don't inspire men in 2025. I
Hey,
don't.
wait. Why did you start off so like, yes, Then as soon as you read the title, hey, Latin. I've seen you. I know who you are. Dangerous. Okay, go on, sis. I'd love to hear your voice. Go for it.
Okay. I feel like low-key, yeah, this question is rooted in misogyny because women in 2025 are nothing but inspirational.
Oh.
And I can't imagine how men would think women haven't been inspirational, especially in today's day and age. But then again, on the flip side, men can't complain about women not being inspirational because they have shut down every single achievement of a woman.
Okay.
The number of times I've heard when a woman's trying to list her accomplishment, oh, and I've done this, and I started my business, and then the man's like, we don't care about that. Okay. If you're not inspired by that, then how else can I help you? And the lady bodied by Diana mentioned earlier, we you know how people say women are naturally caregivers. If you can't be inspired by the care that we give or how much we give, then what else do you want to be inspired by? In my opinion, at least. Even the Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing.
Yeah.
So you should look at women and be like, wow, like just your existence is inspirational to me. I feel like the word inspirational is passive, to be honest. I don't think it has to do with anything being active. Like, I understand the idea of speaking into the man, encouraging the man. Yes, I get that. But I think you should look at someone's life and be inspired by that. And that's passive. That's not necessarily, the woman is not exactly doing anything but being herself, you know, meeting goals, achieving things. And you should look at them like, wow, you make me want to do this. You make me want to be a better man. You make me want to provide more. You make me want to reach for the stars. Just seeing you, watching you, being around you. I want to just be a better person just by being around you. Was what I think.
I don't disagree.
And yeah, and I just feel like, yeah, I think I just don't know how. It's like men wants to have their cake and eat it too. They complain about women are inspiring them, but then they also complain about how women. The business of Share 7 is booming from the fact that women are tired of being inspirational, and that's why she's got market. Because women they're like, okay, do you know, I want to listen to this woman who's saying, just don't do anything. You just sit there and be pretty. Let the men do all the work for a change. That's what I think.
I mean, I don't disagree personally. I think it proves my point. What I said: every man should choose a woman that inspires them. Simply put. Now, if you're not the one, then you're not the one for him. That's what I'm telling the man them not to choose certain girls who don't inspire them. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. So if a man is going to date somebody, there is a woman that does inspire him.
Yeah.
Your essence, your presence, all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying to the men is, don't choose that woman who doesn't inspire that. If she can't inspire that in you, let her go. There is one that will do that for you. You'll meet her, and naturally, she'll just inspire you. You get what I'm saying to you? So in that aspect, I'm agree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you. You know what I'm saying to you? Now, in the relationship, let me ask a question.
Let's have it.
Are you inspiring in relationships? Would you say that the men feel like they're inspired by your presence in the relationship? It's just a general question. I'm not shooting you down or anything. Just to...
Now that is a very loaded question because
It is loaded. I can't lie to you. So you can take it any way you want to take it. I won't shoot you.
for one, I haven't been in a relationship in 4 years.
Okay.
So it might be a case of no, I haven't been inspirational, but then I haven't also been very encouraged either. I find that, and I'm like bodied by Diana. I'm learning to not be nice.
Okay.
I'm learning to not be so understanding. I'm learning to not be so giving so soon. So the work is there for me to do. So in terms of inspiring, I believe I'm an inspirational person when it comes to the odds that's been against me and how I've been able to overcome that. In terms of like what I've been able to achieve, I believe that yes, the inspiration is there. Now, whether or not somebody can say they're inspired by me, I believe that's a question for them. I can't answer that. You have to ask them if Precious has been inspirational in the relationship.
Would
Yeah.
you say? Oh, hold on. Let me just address this point. Sorry, Tony Rocks. Please, this is not one of those spaces. I'm not one of those men that don't love black women. I've only dated black women, so I need you to take that nonsense about loving snow bunnies somewhere else. You know where to go to. It's not here. Thank you. Back to what we were saying, Omar. Sorry. Yes. So in a relationship, then, would you say that you've been able to? So okay, you were in a relationship 4 years ago. Did you find yourself speaking life into this man? In all honesty.
Yes. Yes, I did. Not only even speaking life, I felt like I was very like we would pray together. If he had any issues, we would I would encourage him in whatever decision. I tried not to tell him what to do, but I tried to let him know that whatever decision that you're going to make, I'm in full support of it.
Oh.
So from looking back at it, yeah,
What was he?
I did.
Okay, so were you inspired by what he did and
No,
who he was?
no, I wasn't. I was not.
All right, all right, all right. Let's focus again. Sorry. Okay, this is a real thing. I'm not. This is yeah. This is real. This is real now. Now we're having a real conversation. Okay. So what was it that you weren't necessarily inspired by? What was he doing that didn't necessarily inspire you or put you in any awe of him or what he did?
So prior to dating him, I was single for 7 years.
Okay, respectfully a little
So
bit.
when we got together, I would say the inspiration was there in the beginning because when we got together, I liked the fact that he was God fearing. I like how he spoke. I like the fact that he chased with intentionality. But then I also look he felt like I was excited about the fact that he was a prospect to date after 7 years of me not being in a relationship.
That's fair.
And plus we had mutual friends as well. So and they spoke highly of him. But I also came to learn that you're a different person when you're a friend of someone from when you're dating someone. So even though his friends spoke highly of him, I saw a very different person when I was dating him. I felt like that was if I said let me give you story time here, we'll be
Oh,
here
give
till
us story
tomorrow.
time.
The story
Give us
time
a
is
short,
interesting, but
condensed. Give us condensed version.
that was Loki the worst relationship I've ever been. That's the most unloved I've ever felt
Oh,
in all of my
sorry.
relationships. Like I truly dated someone that hated me.
Ha!
I literally did. Like, there was this trend that was going around about when people were telling their stories of how they dated,
How
how
they
they
know
knew
that
their
the men
boyfriend
hated
hated
them.
them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if I said let me come and tell my own story, like it was bad. So I wasn't inspired by him at all.
Oh.
But even though I was chopping the insults, I was still willing to stay. I introduced him to my family. So no, the inspiration wasn't there at all. Like even though I gave money, gave time, gave everything, like the entire time that we're together, he only took me out once. Shocking, like literally the entire
Okay.
time.
This is sad. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just how the thing went for me. But it happens, I guess.
I just want to say first and foremost, listen, we don't want any of that for our sisters. Okay, we don't want you to suffer at the hands of trash men. Okay, and I'm sorry you have to go through that. You know what I mean? You know, I talk
Thank
about.
you.
No, it's just real. We don't want to see that for our sisters, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. No, I'm hearing you. Okay, so I'm getting what you're saying. I'm getting what you're saying. I'm hearing what you're saying. So I think this is in alignment, like I keep saying to the men specifically, that this is why I'm saying to them they need to choose women that they actually like, right? And choose women they actually want to be with. I've said this about the man them, that they need to take their time with the choosing, because if you're gonna choose, you have to choose wisely. You know what I mean? There are plenty of fish in the sea, but not every fish is the one you're trying to catch. You know what I'm saying to you? And that's what I was saying about men being inspired by the ladies that they're with, because it takes, of course, it takes two. But I'm saying that the man them need to choose a woman who is inspired. The woman that is inspired, they look up to that man and respect him for who he is and what he brings to the table. And I'm saying to the man, they need to choose that one and not choose somebody that you're settling for and hate. Doesn't make sense. Because
Yeah.
you're wasting her time, and then they're wasting their own time, and then we're complaining at the end. But equally, and that's why I say, I mean, the ladies are saying I haven't. If I get onto the ladies too properly, I will start saying some of the things. Some of you be choosing some men that we don't understand. We are confused. Some of us as men, we are confused as to why you choose some of these disheveled men. Why did you stay?
Why did I stay? I was just excited about the idea of being in a relationship after a long time, to be honest. That's it.
That's fair. I respect that.
That's it. Because even after all of Sometimes I just have to laugh at it.
Too
Because
fine for this all. Hey.
even after all of that, he still broke up with me. And the way he did it, he was like, I've just lost the desire to spend any more time with you.
You know why? That man said he hates himself for the way he treats you, because he feels like you allow him to treat him that way. So he hates you even more for allowing him to treat that way. He's a nasty person anyway. Because nobody, if you don't, you
Word.
shouldn't be doing that anyway, regardless. It doesn't matter whether someone allowed you or not, or whether they person thing. You should never treat anybody that way. But he hates you for the fact that you allow him to treat you that way. You know what I'm saying to you? Which means really he hates himself in that space. So sorry you had to go for that. That's not nice. You know what I mean? Where are you based? UK, US, Nige?
I'm actually based in the UK. We have mutual friends, you know.
Who, me, you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've heard about me. Oh, listen.
Our friends are getting married next year, April.
Oh! Are you going to be there?
I'm a bridesmaid. Yeah.
I'll send you a DM after, no way. We'll talk.
All right.
You get me? But thank you for sharing. You don't have to go anywhere. Thank you for sharing. You don't have to go anywhere. Well, I'm just going to ask the other ladies as well. Thank you for the contribution. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. SB, I know you've been waiting. SB, you there? Oh, nah. Oh, yes, SB. Hello.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
because what is considered to pour into a man or like to inspire him?
It's a good
What do you
question.
consider that?
Good question. I love that. One of the ways to be inspiring to a man, to pour into him, is number one, is the awe and the respect that you have for that man. Okay? The awe and respect that you have for that man. You know how as a lady, you know you have respect and some awe for certain men, and there's certain men you don't have no awe for and respect. Yeah, leave them men alone. I could have done this live for you as well. You need to leave the men that you don't look at and you go, "Ooh, well, he's like, oh, okay." There are some men that you have awe for. There's some men that you look at them, and not just looks, it's who he is. You know who he is. You have some awe for him, some respect for him. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? That's number one. Number two, the pouring into is speaking life into him, right? From a genuine place where and that comes again from the awe and respect. When you have awe and respect for somebody, right, you tend to speak life into them. You tend to speak goodness into them. You know what I'm saying to you? So those words of life that are spoken into that man is, the pouring into that man. Number three is that when that if he's low, you are not now looking at him like he's not a man no more. You know what I'm saying to you? Like if he maybe has to lose his job, or he maybe didn't get that business deal, or something like that, where he's now on a little bit of a low. This is not the time now to be like, well, are you a man? No, nah, that's not a pouring. You know what I'm saying to you? And then number four really is just it really, actually, that's the top three. I don't think you need to do anything more than that. I think those three things. You just have an awe and respect for that person. And again, never be too familiar. Never be so familiar that it becomes like its basic requirement. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And we can always say vice versa. Listen, we can, but we can sit here all day and do those things. The question is about the man. Never be too familiar that you are now like, oh, it's basic. Like, oh, that's bare minimum. No, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that keeps it fresh. You know what I'm saying to you? Number four, please. Tell that man whatever he needs to do to keep the sex alive if you get married. Please, I beg of you. I beg, please. The man, some of them are suffering in marriages because this is hard. So whatever he needs to do, tell him. Okay? All right? Tell him, please, so that he can do it and so that he's not sex starved. Because honestly, it's just it. Yeah. But anyway, that's my point. Just want to say that. Really and truly, it's just top three. The number four was just an extra additive. But top three was the additives. Yes, SP.
I also wanted to ask something else. I understand now that I guess your point was that men, they should only date a woman who inspires them, because then it could end up like the situation of the person who was just talking, which it got to a point where he didn't respect her anymore. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, that's my
And
point.
I wanted to ask you, for a woman then to inspire a man, like where is the line? Like as a wife, or if you're just courting, or you're engaged, like where is the line? Because for example, there's people that they say, oh yeah, I take care of my man, and it's just her boyfriend and she's cooking for him. And for me, it's like, why would I cook for my boyfriend? But like, as a man, you are a man, so you can be, I trust that you can be honest about this. Would you respect that? Like, if you had a daughter,
Yeah.
would you think, oh yeah, that's good that my daughter is cooking for her boyfriend, or I don't know, like, or
Yeah.
whatever other example? Like, where is the line? What things? It's basically like a protocol. What things are can be done when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, if you believe in that,
Yeah.
and versus what things can be done when you are married?
I love that. Good question. I think personally, when I said about no cooking, what I really mean by that is that some people go over and beyond. And really, truly what that is that people are trying to win the husband instead of just being themselves. When I say be inspiring, I don't mean to be anything more than what you are, but I'm talking about in terms of the way that you look at that person. But you're not supposed to go into an inauthentic space. Like, for instance, some people just generally love cooking. That's their heart disposition. They just love cooking, bro. That don't mean anything for them. You know what I'm saying? That's different for them. Some of you don't love cooking, and you now start cooking for the boyfriend because you're trying to win him. In that space, that's dangerous for you because you're doing something before it's time, because that's not naturally your disposition. You know what I mean? Whereas other people are like, oh, I just love cooking. If it's not you, it's someone else. You know what I'm saying to you? That's their natural disposition. So I get that. My thing is always, when we talk about what to do, I always talk about reciprocation. Reciprocation is a massive thing. And then I talk about emotional connectivity. Understanding that you should, as a person, first reciprocation, you should be watching and observing what's happening in a relationship. People need to be able to understand the flow of a relationship. If you're seeing a relationship where you're always giving, and you can feel it, you're kind of overly giving all the time and not necessarily receiving anything back, you may need to start thinking about what actions you're actually doing. You know? And then the second thing is also looking at whether this relationship actually is emotionally connected. A lot of people are in relationships that they're not emotionally connected. It's like, you're not actually emotionally connected. When I say emotional connection, let me give you a list. You can share your emotions and your feelings. You can share your desires. and your wants and your needs. You're able to have deep conversations about some of the mental and the emotional aspects of your life. You're able to talk about what you like, what your hobbies are, etc., etc. You are able also to pay attention to small details. Number 7 is that you're also able to understand that this is a judgment-free zone in a relationship. Number 8 is to understand that arguments are a signal for growth, not for you to shrink. Number 9 is to look at the fact that how I will forget. Why do I always forget number 9? Number 9 is number 9 is reciprocation. Number 10, and I think number 10 and 11 I always got them mixed up as well. Number 10, 11. 10 is to feel seen and to feel wanted, right? To feel seen and wanted. These are components of what we call emotional connectivity. And when people are not paying attention to the emotional connectivity, you usually end up in really bad relationships. So when I'm coaching people, I'm always pointing that out to them, like, hey, what part was making you connect and what part was making you disconnect? And what you'll find out is the bad relationships usually have you in a space of disconnecting. Like, you will recognize that if I was to go to Oma, if I really ask her questions, I'll ask her questions about, hey, were you guys able to share deep, intimate thoughts? Were you able to share? And when she goes through it properly, she'll recognize from early on there was a lot of disconnection. The people don't look. There are very few people that are full on demons. There are very few of them. There are very few that are full on demons. A lot of times we miss the red flags and we miss the disconnection because you're disconnected. So what I need you to do is learn what connects you emotionally to somebody and what disconnects you. Once you get that understanding of what connects you and what disconnects you, you start to recognize that the other person actually is offline. They're not actually online for you. So just because they turned up today and they cooked you, look, I used to have a friend. I remember, I used to have a friend that would, that would call only when they wanted something. I'm sure we've all been there, right? But you know that they only call when they need something. That's disconnection. Though they are calling you, and it seems like it's about to be a connection, they're only calling you to get something from you. That's a disconnection. And when people are acting like that in relationships where they are caught up in not paying attention to the flow of a relationship and looking to see if there's reciprocation, we tend to miss those signs. So it's not even about what's for marriage and what's not for marriage. It's more of a case of, if that's naturally you're naturally somebody that cooks for people, cool. That's not going to stop them. That's not you cooking for somebody. It's not what's going to be like, oh, that guy's going to be like, oh, I'm going to use her. No. What's going to that's not what it is. When we're not paying attention to the person's character, when we're not paying attention to the fact that what we actually need versus what we want, and we're not paying attention to filtering that as we choose a partner, that's what's going to get you used. That's what's going to get you played. The cooking and the cleaning doesn't get you played. What gets you played is your overgiving and overreaching. And overgiving and overreaching is from self-esteem and self-worth issues. The reason why people overgive is because they're always trying to prove that they're valuable to somebody else. It's why some of you stay late at work and you do extra hours. You're trying to prove yourself to the bosses because you don't believe your value isn't just being still. It's why some of you will choose a boyfriend and you'll do so much for that boyfriend, but really and truly, it's not about them. It's about you feeling valuable by doing something of service. It's why some of you can't say no to your mum or your dad when they're asking you for favors and you're not in the space to even do the favor. Or why your uncle, your auntie, or your friend, or this person says, hey, I need this from you. And you're like, I just feel so bad. How can I say no? I mean, they need me right now. And all of your whole being is like, I feel selfish for even saying no. When you're those type of people, you're always going to be overreaching because you're always proving that you're valuable to somebody. Then you end up choosing a partner too who fulfills your wounds that you have not healed yet. That's what's going to get you played in the dating phase, not the cooking or the cleaning. The cooking and cleaning is about the motivation. Are you cooking and cleaning to prove yourself to me? Or are you cooking and cleaning because that's what you normally do? Do you see what I'm saying to you? I hope that answers your answer, SB.
Thank you. I understand. Like, that was just an example. I understand that it could be emotional also, that you can be pouring into someone and, like they call you only because they want you to help them with something. So it doesn't have to be specifically cooking and cleaning. But like what earlier, there was this other lady, Noah.
Yeah.
She was talking about how she said she wouldn't cook and clean, and you were like, what's your role then? But then that reminded me of Proverbs 31 woman, where she has servants. So she probably wasn't always cooking and cleaning.
Definitely.
So that doesn't, so the value of a woman in a relationship, the way I see it then is that it's something intangible. It's not like what she can do, as in if she can provide for you or cook for you. It's her presence. And even if a woman, even if she is not able to give birth to children, even then she plays an important role in the life of the husband, because otherwise the Bible wouldn't say he who finds a woman finds a good thing and gains favor from the Lord. It doesn't say he who finds a wife and has children with her. So
I agree.
there is something there. There is a mystery there. And that's why when Noah was talking, I was like, I do understand her point. I did understand where she was coming from. But yeah, thank you
No, that's
for
right.
answering my.
No worries too. And I think you brought up a good point. And the reason why I brought up the cooking and cleaning is because Noah also put the man into a traditional position. She put the man into providing role, and that's all. That's what she expects him to provide everything financially. So if you put that man in a traditional position, I said the equal traditional position would be cooking and cleaning. Are you okay with that? She said no. I said okay. So what would you do then? You know what I mean? And if you
I
mention
am.
Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 says she gets up early in the morning to go out and to the market.
Yeah. So it's that means she has businesses. It also says that she has businesses. I like cooking and cleaning. People call it like being traditional, but if you just look at the like nature as just nature, the whole point, even if you look at a bird, is to nurture the children, to take care of the whole household. And she doesn't specifically have to cook and clean if she can afford to pay, or they can afford to pay someone to cook and clean. So
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I
So
understand why you asked that. I understand why you asked her that, but I also understand why she's like, she doesn't specifically has to do that, because she can also just have businesses and make sure that she plans everything well, so she can take care of her kids,
did
make
she say
sure
that
that
though?
her servants,
But
pretty
SB,
much Proverbs 31 woman.
SB, you've added. See, this is what happens. You've added to what she said because she didn't say that. Now, if she had come out and said, "Oh, I want to start a business. I will do." She said categorically, the man should pay the bills, and she never mentioned anything. That's why I asked her several times, what would be her role. So how did we see? And this is where I think this is really important to listening as well. I didn't mishear her. I intentionally positioned tradition, as in when we say tradition, we're talking about the latest couple hundred years, because really and truly traditions change, right? But the tradition that we all understand, the man potentially pays all the bills. So then the woman ends up playing the cooking and cleaning role, traditionally, quote unquote. She says she wants a man that pays all the bills. So I juxtapositioned the aspect of, then I want you to, are you gonna cook and clean? She said no. I said, okay, cool. What would be your role then? What role would she play, SB? Then you've
No,
added.
I just said
Oh, sorry, that
earlier.
was talking. Sorry for talking.
Maybe she couldn't explain it. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying maybe she
I'm not
couldn't
saying you're arguing.
explain it, because sometimes people, they say things because they heard it somewhere else, but they don't have like a way to explain it, which I think is maybe her case, or maybe she didn't feel like explaining it. That's also possible, but I was just saying that I was just bringing up the Proverbs 31 woman because you asked her that question, and I just thought it was interesting.
But
But yeah,
you see, but you see me. Yeah, I like to put things in proper perspective. If you bring up Proverbs 31, nothing that Noah was saying was in alignment with Proverbs 31. Because what you're doing, you're trying to save the point, and you can't save the point because you never added anything about Proverbs 31. And if you were to add it, you'd have to add the fact that a Proverbs 31 person would go out to the market in the middle. And I don't even like Proverbs 31. I don't like even putting a woman in that position, because that woman is a superwoman. And actually, technically, it's a very bad description of what a woman actually technically can do, because it's really talking about wisdom. But again, I don't like positioning women in the Proverbs 31. I think it's one of those archaic things, which I think, honestly, it's one of those things that are overused in Christendom that doesn't really get expounded properly. But Proverbs 31, really and truly, is like, it's a massive there's a massive thing of list of a CV of a woman that is literally a superwoman. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want I want anyone to be in that position. That's almost it's unfair to do so that somebody. But if we were to say that, let's say her point was, let's say she wants to be Proverbs 31, like you said, she might have businesses. Did she say that? She didn't. You haven't. What's happening, and this is why I say this, because sometimes what people want to do, you want to save them by adding too much to what they said. They haven't said that. When I asked her clearly what would be a role, if she thought it was going to be Proverbs 31, she should have explained it. Should have explained it, but she
I'm
couldn't
not
explain
saying
it.
that.
So sometimes, wait, hold on. Sometimes some people just don't want to do anything apart from take. And that's why we're saying about the man them who do this thing, I will call them out. But when the women are doing it, I also call them out. Because it's if you can't explain it and you're saying they want them to do this, I've got to say then you're just like a user. Because you're now adding more, but she never said those things.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that she said these things. I'm not saying like, oh, she's. I don't know what. I don't know how to explain this now, because my point is that to me it's like you were asking her a question, and now I'm like, oh, I guess I know the answer to that question. I'm not saying that she said that, because I know that she never answered the question, and maybe she is just a taker. I don't know her. But I was just saying that because I do realize that, and I don't see Proverbs 31 woman as a superwoman, because she had servants. If you expect a woman to do all the things that she was doing without having servants, then yeah, then you're expecting something that's impossible, or that's gonna make you end up with a burnout. But she had servants. The Bible says that she had servants. So yeah, it's easy to do all of that if you have servants.
I agree with you. I just don't know why you're defending her point when she doesn't. Your point and her point are not coinciding. Why do you feel the need to defend her point when it never actually coincided with your actual point? That's the question I'm asking now. I'm asking, why do you feel the need to defend her point when it never actually matched anything you're saying? You've actually given a good description. I'm saying to you,
I'm not okay, but I'm not trying to defend her. My point is that you asked her a question. You were like, okay, but what are you gonna do, right? Like, what is your role then? And then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about that now, just answering that question. I don't know if she's even here anymore, but yeah.
I hear you. I appreciate it. Thank you, SP. Gary, hello. What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, like
You're moving mad. You're moving mad.
right.
What's
You know,
good?
like I wasn't surprised when I saw your topic. I'm like, today again. It's a woman
Your time
again.
is bad, bro. Your time is
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So
Yeah, well
literally,
done.
when you say women don't inspire men in 2025, I think it's both ways.
Okay.
I think everyone is kind of being selfish, like in this era. It's either you don't know someone is selfish, or it's two things. It's either you are with someone who is selfish and you've not realized. So it's either you're in the game or you get played in the game. That's how it is now. So women don't inspire men in 2025 in the sense that um they don't feel like they don't feel the need to actually do it, because if you're with a man who's not inspiring, like the energy is not reciprocal, there's no need for you to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's either you just focus on yourself, and then the man also focuses on himself. So like literally everyone is inspiring their own self. No one is actually inspiring each other, because gone are the days when people really look at potential. They look at you, they're like, okay, I know you can get there, and then they trust it. In both aspects, for both men and women. In the Gone are the days when a man is gonna make it. A man has like a potential. He's working on something. Definitely, he's gonna get there, and you're gonna be with him during those hard times. And then, actually, when he makes it, he's gonna be with you as well. Most times when the men make it, they don't even want to be with you no more, because their taste changes. There's a saying that a man's true self is not when he doesn't have anything. A man's true self is when he has everything, because that's when he can actually make a decision to know what he wants. Because when he has nothing, he's gonna accept everything. But when he has something, he's gonna know what he wants. You get it? So That's how come some women don't actually like to really like inspire a man or be with him in his low times when they need them, because people have experienced situations whereby they've been with men when they had nothing, they inspired them, and then it didn't really go well. For me, I've not actually said that okay, I'm being with a man because he doesn't have any, he'll get there. I've not actually sat down to want to be in those situations because of stories I've heard from people. Like, I tend to have doubts, like I tend to believe those stories, and I tend to have doubts that like I'll actually want to struggle with a man, or actually want to believe in a man's potential and inspire him, and when he gets there he's gonna be there for me. The only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be there for a man, I'm gonna inspire a man because I want to, and I'm expecting anything that can happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I have an open mind to whatever happens, not have a mindset that I'm going to do this because I want my man to get this. I will know. I'm just gonna do it as a good person, not with high expectations. Do you get what I'm saying? But some women like to inspire men because they believe that like um they want the man to get there and all that. But then in this generation now, like things like that don't work. It's either you're gonna get heartbroken for having high expectations because you're inspiring a man to get there, and then at the end of the day, when he gets there, he's not gonna mind you. Like things like that happen a lot, and most people don't want to take that risk. And you, as a woman, men don't even care about your potential, your cooking skills, your cleaning skills. No man in 2025 gives a fuck about that. They really don't care. The girls, and they really don't care about all the cooking skills and cleaning skills. They want to see who you are as a woman. What are you bringing to the table? What are you achieving, and what can you achieve more? Do you get it? So literally, if inspirations do work, then men should actually go for traditional women who don't have anything, and then at the end of the day, they are looking to actually achieve things gradually, but then they don't go for that. They want the women who are already made. So literally, no one is inspiring anyone. Everyone has to get to the top by their own, and then both ends will meet. Because I think that's what I believe in. Because what was working before is not really working now anymore. To be fair,
Okay.
no
I
one
hear
is
you.
seeing potential to inspire anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question. Like, I agree with you. I don't think everything you said is just disagreeable. Apart from maybe, I think men still do want people to cook, but again, that's not necessarily all the way through. So I can actually agree with you on most of the points you said. I'm obviously asking the ladies because obviously it's a ladies' day today. You know what I mean? Because normally I get the men normally. So you know, you've been in a relationship before. When's the last time you've been in that relationship that you were in previously? Were you inspirational?
Yeah, I can't say I was inspirational.
Mm,
When that inspiration thing comes there, I feel like you're helping a man achieve his goals. I don't want to be that
mm,
woman who is like, nah, because I feel like the moment I put that in my head, then I'm expecting something. It's like you're having a reason for doing that. Do you
mm,
get what I'm saying? But naturally, I'm the kind of person that even if I'm around someone, whether I'm a boyfriend or not, I like to motivate people. You get what I'm saying? I like to tell them,
mm.
oh, you can do it. But I don't do it to the expectations that, oh, I'm doing it that when he gets mine, he's going to be with me. No, because as a woman, I believe whatever a man has is not mine. I don't care about it. I'm just being with you because I want to. I cook for you because I want to. I do everything because I want to. I look at
I respect that.
myself and I do it according to what suits me. Do you get what I'm saying?
I respect that.
So I wouldn't inspire him. That's why the word inspiration somehow, I feel like it depends on what you feel. Everyone has a motive for inspiration, but my motive for inspiration is to do it because as a person, I believe anyone around me should get there. So I'll help you. I'll tell you things. I'll encourage you. I'll give you ideas. When I'm in a relationship with you, one thing I really value is ideas. I like to give ideas to people, even in general. So I like to, like, for example, if you are doing something, I might just add up to it. Okay, why don't you do it this way? And I think you can get there by doing it this way. Yes, that one is normal. I just do it. That's just a normal thing. But I don't push too much. Like I wouldn't force you. No, I just do what I can do to my strength, and that's it. Yeah. And I don't expect too much. Like women have high expectations. They expect that once they get in a relationship with the guy and they give the guy an idea, they expect that the man gets married to them. They expect too much. Me, I don't expect anything. I just do my best. If you see the value I'm bringing as a woman and you want to keep it, then that's up to you. If you don't want to keep it, the next person will keep it. Yeah. So literally, I just do my best to like inspire the person. Like in my previous relationship, I did my best to inspire, did my best to bring ideas to improve whatever is being done for the betterment of the person. But then I just do it to my strength. That's it. But I don't have any high expectations. No, 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 no.
No, I hear you. Okay, thank you for sharing. I definitely hear you on that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, as a lady, you know, it's powerful when you're inspiring your man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, very powerful.
my question is also that man that you previously dated.
Yes.
Did you respect him?
Yes, I always respect him because you know one thing I believe in relationship, marriage, respect is first. Because I believe once I disrespect you, I've lost my love for you. That's how I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't disrespect any man. Even when I'm ending a relationship, I try my best not to end it with disrespect.
yes.
Because that way, I never see you the same way I see you again. I'll never talk to you. Even if we have a misunderstanding, trust me, I'm gonna approach you in a nice way and put it there and tell you that, oh, this is what you did. I don't think I like it. But for that moment, whilst I don't like it, you're not gonna see me shouting or talking back at you. No. Because I feel like once I disrespect you once, I can disrespect you again, and that's how come it keeps going. Disrespect starts from just one. Once you disrespect someone, there's a possibility you're going to do it again. So I don't even want it to get there. But in as much as I'm not trying to disrespect you, I'm also looking at you and also making you aware that you're not also going to disrespect me. Then it's mutual. Do you get it? Yeah, so I never disrespected, spoke to him anyhow. No, he can never sit somewhere and say that I've insulted him. No, if I have a problem, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna call you, and then we are gonna speak in person, talk about it, and then we are gonna settle it. I'm not gonna disrespect you or no. I don't even like to even have arguments with men. Like I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I respect that. Thank you for sharing that. I respect that 100%.
So it actually ended on a peaceful note. I didn't want how things was going, so we spoke, and I was like, nah, I don't think, because he was trying to be like a manipulative person. I picked the lines quickly. I picked the lines on how he was trying to be manipulative, trying to push things. And I was like, nah, I
Oh,
don't
he was
want it.
trying to manipulate and stuff.
Yeah, when he does something, and instead of him to accept the mistake, he rather go and put it on me. And I said, nah, this is not the first time.
I know you never disrespected him in terms of that, but
Yeah,
did you? I need a short answer. This is a short answer.
yeah, yeah.
Did you respect him as a partner? Like when I say respect, I'm not talking about the fact you honored him. You honored him, and I respect that because I think anybody who can honor anybody, even in those scenarios, I respect it. You know what I'm saying to you? But as a partner, you're looking at him. Did you really have respect for him? I'm not saying in a bad way, but I'm just saying like,
Yes, I had respect for
okay,
him. For
that's
me to
cool.
even choose you as a partner, then I know what I wanted, and I should respect you for that.
Okay,
I respected him as a man. You know, men have ego. It's very important that, like, if you're with a man, you notice that that ego is something they can't control. It's something that is there. So you have to respect him for that. Do you get what I'm saying? So certain things are there.
So you truly respected him as a
Yeah,
man.
I respect, but the only thing that he felt like he wasn't respectful for him is the fact that I like to get up and do things when I want to, and he feels like I have to tell him everything before I do. And I'm like, no, I've built myself to be an independent woman for a very long time. I do things when I want to do it. I don't always have to tell you though. Do you get what I'm saying? Even my parents know that most of the things I like to do in private before it even comes out. Do you get what I'm saying? I like to keep my space.
Okay.
So even when I'm in a relationship with a man, it's not everything I expect him to tell me, though. I respect that. Most men don't understand. They feel like a man should be transparent with everything, that because I'm not even transparent with everything I do with a man, because certain things I need to have my own space. You get what I'm saying? But he felt like I need to tell him everything, but he doesn't want to tell me everything. So I was giving him his energy, but he doesn't like it. He wants me to give him an energy whereby I tell him everything, then he keeps everything. I'm like, no, this is a woman who keeps everything. You two, you keep yours too. So let's just keep it that way. And they're like, no. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like, no. You know, as a man, there are men who like to share everything they do with them, and they want a woman who also shares everything. I don't share everything. So if you don't share everything, I'm also fine with it. So we should match that energy. But you're like, no, you don't want that. I'm like, nah, you're trying to play it on me, like trying to use your mind on me. I'm like, no. Do you get it? So
Okay. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
literally, that's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, Gary. Thank you. Appreciate it. Collie B. Well, going for the thing there. Collie B, we there? You there?
Hi. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can indeed. Sounding nice and clear. Talk to me.
Good. Your topic, women don't inspire men in 2025. To be honest, I've been listening to the other speakers and I just agree with the topic. I do think that women aren't inspiring men in this day and age because perception of humans has changed due to the digital world massively. That's what I think. And also, there's a lot I want to say.
We're listening.
Yeah, so the first point is around perception because everything that's happening nowadays is affecting how our minds are. And I think men, they can be inspired by a woman, but it would require a lot of spiritual connection. It requires inner being. I hate to say the word work. I think it's more about growth, inner being growth. You need to be holistic about it as a human, whether that's through fitness or other ways of connecting with yourself and connecting with real human nature. I think that's the only way you can really be inspired by a woman you meet. And that's a special quality in order for a man to be able to do that. I don't think people who are going out there on dates is necessarily going to meet that man the first time. And if you do, you'll be very fortunate. But I'll definitely say to all the women who have spoken, just continue showing up for yourself and know that it can happen. But like I said, it's going to take more than one component for them to really be inspired by you and appreciate you for who you are as a woman. Because as a woman, we are made in God's image and likeness. A lot of people have referred to the Bible in this debate. And I appreciate that because I'm a Christian and I think we are very unique. And it's up to a man to really see that through God's eyes. And it's unfortunate that it's not common nowadays. Would you agree? Or
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm with you in a way, to be honest. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm listening. So feel free to continue. I'm listening to you.
you just have to have open eyes, open ears, open heart. And obviously that's based on many factors: who the man chooses to be around, what he puts his time and energy into, how he's been raised. There's so many, I guess. Yeah, there's just so many ways they can be like it. They could be that, but yeah, it's a difficult topic, to be honest, because I know a lot of people have been affected by it. But like I said, whoever's on that journey to find a man who will be inspired by them, just continue to show up for yourself and have faith, I guess, and put your best foot forward, as they say.
No, love that. I love that perspective as well. I love what you've added to the contributing of the conversation. Of course, the title was a bit naughty, can't lie to you, but I love the way you've engaged with the title from a perspective as well. Because you're right. I think on both ends, we need to be meeting inspirational people. And earlier on, I was trying to get the men to understand that they shouldn't be choosing women that they're not inspired by. It's a waste of time, me personally. In the luxury that we have of 2025, where you can choose not because of survival, you can choose because of your thriving. I think men should be choosing women that are inspirational to them. And that doesn't necessarily always mean that the woman does something crazy. It just means there's a woman that when you speak to her, for some reason, you are inspired by her. Whether it's what she says, whether it's how she carries herself, whether it's what she does, there is a certain type of woman that you're inspired by. And so when you get that kind of woman, that man tends to go above and beyond. When the Bible says that obviously a man should love his wife like Christ loved the church, and when it says obviously that he should sacrifice himself like Christ to the church, right? There's an example in Ephesians 5. The only way he's doing that is because he's inspired by that woman. You feel me? Right? The only way he's doing that in 2025 anyway is because he's inspired by that woman. Like there's something about her that he's inspired, bro. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like if certain men have never experienced that kind of love or that person where they meet someone and all the things we're talking about right now, the way that if the man them are in here, if they're really honest, they can tell you the truth. If they've met one of these before, if you met a girl that you're inspired by, this is something about her. It's even sometimes hard to put into words what it is, but she inspires you in a way that you will do above and beyond, right? If she wants the moon, you'll find a way to get the moon. You know what I mean? If she wants the sun, you'll find a way to get the sun. Like there's that kind of, and I'm saying to the man them not to lower the bar just to be married or just to be in a relationship and get a girl, because you will short circuit that relationship in a way that you're not able to give her your 100% best. Now, partly that comes with attraction. That means physical, that means emotional, that means mental, spiritual. Yes, that comes with that intimacy in those areas as well. And then it just comes with the fact that there's something about that woman, There's something about the fact that Jacob could see Rachel and wanted to kiss her and wept. There was something about even David seeing Bathsheba. I know it was beauty, but there's something about her that even at the end, it was still the son Solomon that he chose, right? There's something about these situations where Abraham would see Sarah so much and respect her so much to the point where, I say respect to the point where he had to a point where he had Hagar. He didn't want to, but he went down that lane. You know what I mean? There's something about these men that can go above and beyond to that point. And it's usually because there's something about that particular woman. There's something about her. And so I'm putting a responsibility on men specifically, okay? The men specifically to choose wisely and not to, Abigail's another one as well. Abigail's a wonderful experience actually as well. To choose wisely so that you can now get the best out of your wife, but also of you as a husband. And that's my honest belief about how men should be moving. So it's not just getting with any willy-nilly and then be like, yeah, I find her attractive and that's why does she inspire you? Because we want to see you go above and beyond,
Yeah, you raised some really good points there. I think as well, inspiration is a like momentary thing. You've got to be consistent in being there for each other, and I think be mindful of being there for the person you're in love with, and that will awaken the inspiration again and again. But that takes effort, and you've obviously got to really like or love the person in order to be that invested. And I think not everyone is ready to invest straight away. Maybe they've met people who are very similar, or they have inner fears. Yeah.
100%. You're not lying there. Well, I appreciate you, Collie. Is it Collie?
Yeah, Collie Bliss Beauty.
Collie Bliss Beauty. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Your voice is very powerful. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
No worries. You're blessed. Z Sonic. Are you there, Z Sonic? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
Can I speak?
Oh, I guess you can now because Z Sonic went.
Oh, lol. Cool. So just touching on, I just joined, so I'm just going to speak on your comment about women don't inspire men in 2025. I feel like women do inspire men in 2025. However, I do feel like currently, not all men, but some men are insecure. So like they can't handle like an inspirational woman. And then therefore, on their part, they may find themselves a bit maybe resentful or kind of competitive. So instead of turning that inspiration into like admiration and like building or whatever the dynamic may be in a relationship, they kind of use it against the purpose of being inspired, and it kind of tends to lead more to resentment and jealousy because of that insecurity. But I'm not saying this is all men. It takes another like level of like being emotionally mature and to understand the kind of inspiration from a woman, but not every guy has that. So that's the point I will kind of like to make.
I love the point. Okay. I love the point. I think that's something I'm not going to disagree. I actually agree with you, to be honest. So, like I said, everyone's points about this title, I've actually agreed with it because I think you're making some really killer points as well within that space. Okay, so question I'm asking is, do you feel like you have dated men that you were inspired by?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. And honestly, I feel like over the years, I've only dated one. And I'll tell you why he inspired me. Because for me, I really I'm very educational. So I like getting masters and certifications and things like that. This guy had a PhD, and the level it takes and determination it takes to complete a 3-4 year PhD program full time, to me, that was very inspiring. And he was very intellectual. So I would say that aspect inspired me about him. Yeah. And it was attractive because of that. So yeah, I don't know what you want to do with that. But that was the only thing that was inspiring about him. Other than that, I feel like there's been a lot of men I've dated in the past. I just don't think I've been inspired by them. Maybe because they're not on that maybe intellectual wavelength that I kind of want and seek. But yeah, I've never really been inspired by any other man apart from this one. And I'll always remember it.
Okay, I definitely hear you. Wait, so he was inspiring, but only in the area of intellectual and, well, let's call it intellectual intimacy. Like he's a smart individual. He's
Very
about
smart.
on that respect. Okay, so the other aspects, emotionally,
Kind of was lacking. Yeah.
damn. So emotionally is down. It's down bad. Okay.
Have you ever dated a woman that's inspired you though? That's the question as well. Have you dated a woman that's inspired you to want to do more and
I have actually.
Okay,
I can't even call it dating because it's literally it's more of a situationship.
okay. And what was inspiring about that particular lady or situation?
I'll tell you two things. I was inspired by her wisdom.
Ooh, okay.
Wisdom. I remember a situation we were in a taxi and she was on the phone to her friend and talking to her friend about business or whatever. And the way she broke it down to her friend, even me, I was like, bro, I don't know half the terminology that she's saying, but the way she broke it down into layman's terms, I was like, bro, what? But it was the wisdom that she initiated in that situation. That was one of the times I was very much inspired by her. Another time is, I think in the time where I was kind of doing some work, and the way she kind of just kind of was helping me with the work and saying there's other areas you can look at. You shouldn't tell me what to do, Shad. I know I can't tell you what to do, but I just want to look. I said you can look at these particular areas, I actually paid her. I actually paid her. Of course, I run a business, so technically I paid her as a consultant fee. But I was inspired by that. I was like, wow, you can actually see the holes that I have that you can start plugging. You know what I'm saying, Chu?
Yeah.
In that space as well. So that was very powerful. And I think also I was inspired in the sense of that she she told me some things that was really powerful. So we'd get into some arguments sometimes, and then she will literally reiterate something that I've said. So let's say I've said I'm giving an example. Let's say I've said we shouldn't be raising our voices when we argue. And let's say maybe the argument does get to a place, she'll be like, but didn't you say we shouldn't raise our voice? And I'll be like, damn.
She will always come back. She will circle back on the point that you said. She's smart.
She got me. You know what I mean? She got me. You know what I mean? But I respected it because it also meant that I was held accountable.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying to you? But in a way that's not not like, oh, you said didn't know. It's more like, but you told me that we're not meant to raise our voice. I'm giving an example. I don't really raise my
Of
voice,
course.
but it's an example. Like, oh, like you said that. And I'll be like, damn, I did say that. I. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I think, and then also as well, just the way that we used to and again, I think it's also dependent on the individual person, right? For me, I think it was just a patience that she showed when we did have any kind of disagreements. You know, she'd want to talk it out. You know what I mean? She'd want to at least hear what I've got to say, and vice versa. So for me, that was very inspirational. I think the person had a lot of patience in a way of dealing with things as well. So yes, someone said like a voice of reason, and I think that for me was very inspirational. And just her belief in me. If I'm telling you, also, that's the key part too. Her belief in me, saying, "I know you can achieve big things. I know you will. Like, not even that I know you can. You will." And I'm like, "Damn, like you really believe that?" Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, all right, cool. I mean, I really do what I'm doing, but still, like the fact that you're saying that, yeah, I was inspired. Like, I can't lie to you. Like, that was my muse right there. In fact, a lot of my coaching comes from the fact that we had so many different disagreements or the way we had to deal with certain things. My actual coaching was, I wouldn't say birthed. I was already doing coaching before then, but when I took it full time, it was in conjunction with what we had also gone through for about a year. So when I say about being inspired, yeah, that's what I was like, raw.
The way you was like explaining it though, it just seemed like not only was you inspired, it seems like she invested a lot into you and like developing you. So my thing is, I think someone said in the comments as well, like, why did you let her go? Like, why did you just leave it in a situationship? And yeah, someone said here, you should have married her if she wanted to, of course. Shout out Mayowa. But it's true, that comment.
Some of us were in a difficult predicament at that time in our season of our life, you know.
Fair enough.
You know, I mean, some of us were in Egypt at that time, and I was out here in the streets, so I couldn't be caught at that point. And to be fair, that's not the relationship we were looking for at the time. You know what I mean? Maybe if the Lord allows, we'll see. Innit? You get me? But I was in Egypt. I was on the streets. I wasn't to be stopped. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was hard to. It was hard at that point in time. I got love for the girl. Can't even lie to
Yeah.
you. But it was the timing was off. That was all. You know what I mean? And I wasn't in a good state. If I had taken it on, I would have fumbled it properly. There would have been no comeback, because literally I would have ruined. We'd have destroyed each other, because I
Yeah.
wasn't in that space where I could actually allow myself to think about it. Do you know what I mean? So I had to be like, no. And I think she also knew as well. She said, no. And I was like, yeah, the timing is just not right for both of us. I think it's correct time. You know what I'm saying? Someone said I fumbled there. But I wouldn't say that. Timing's important.
It is. So would you say, like, moving on, like, men in general are more competitive against women? Would you say that in 2025, men are more competitive against women and their spouses?
That's a question. Okay, so I'm not gonna say more men. I'm gonna say there's just too many men that may be doing that. So I'm not gonna say more men. If we're talking
Okay.
overall, I'm not gonna say more men. What I will say is there's just one too many men like that. Do you know what I'm saying to you? There's just one too many men that can be. And the reason why they probably are in competition with women is
Yeah.
actually not to do with you. It's to do with the fact that we have not achieved what we're trying to achieve.
And okay, so very nice point. So why do you think that is? Like, why do you think in this day and age, women in 2025 per se are achieving more than men and therefore causing this kind of competition? Because I see it everywhere now. Like a lot of, even in the dating scene, for example, just in general, a man could approach a woman, they could date, they could court or whatever, and automatically that turns into competition because let's say the woman per se has more than the man, or the guy is kind of overreaching, knowing full well that this girl is not really on her level, but he will still try to pursue it as well. I think that's actually one issue as well. But why do you think this is the case in 2025?
It's a good question again, but I think the scenario was the situation with men and women is that they have always been average men, and there has always been below average men. They've always been that way. the men that were bitter, jealous, envious have always been that way. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. That's
Nothing's
true.
changed. What has changed is that women now have access to freedom.
True.
Beforehand, you were locked up with that low shovel guy. You had no choice. Okay,
True.
you were surviving just like the man was surviving, so you needed him. So those bitter Bettys of men have always existed. They never have gone anywhere. The only trouble is now is that women have been exposed and allowed to have freedom to explore in the work phase and to accrue finances and to be free. What that does is it inflates the market, dating market, because women tend to date up as well. So naturally, when those batch of women move from the bottom upwardly, those men at the bottom are left behind. They've always been there, and there are always going to be men at the bottom. It's never going to change. As Jesus said, the poor will always be with you. Those men will always be there. The problem is that women are now accruing finances and power and are invading the space of work, and not in a bad way, in a good way, right? Which means that the men that have the ability to stretch and to push themselves to a limit, those men are pushing themselves to a limit to be able to match those ladies at that level. But there is a batch of men, and a lot of them, which is actually has always been that way, that complain and moan and cry and bitch. They've always been that way. It's just that they had women who they could date and marry, and now they can't date and marry because those women have gone up.
Have leveled up. It's so true.
Yeah.
Interesting. So my last question will probably be, how do you feel that would shape the kind of dating scene moving forward in, post 2025, 26, moving forward? What do you think are your outcomes in dating in general, based on, people leveling, more women leveling up per se? Do you feel like it will get harder for men?
It's going to get harder for both.
Both? Why do you say that?
Because the more that women enter the field to earn more money, the more they cut themselves up from most men.
Oh yeah, true. You're right.
So because women date up, and the men tend to date. When I say date up, when we're talking about, let's use one example financially. So the more that women earn, the more that they have financial power, the more they'll be single. It's unfortunate. And the more that the men at the bottom don't stretch, they'll be single. So there were two categories of people. Who were at the very bottom of those men, and the very usually, and I'm going to say that, I shouldn't say all the top at the very top. It's actually usually not the top. It's usually like the people that are just in between the top and the bottom, like the top and the middle, almost like they get that in between. They usually get caught. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's women who are more financially free. It'll be much harder for them, just like the men at the bottom who don't grow, to actually be able to attain. So you'll just see more of those people being single. You know what I mean? Like in that space.
Do you feel like it's harder for women who are more financially stable to actually be inspired by men in 2025, but also, like, what do you think that effect of being more financially stable is on the man?
I always said this as well. I said,
because I think it's a problem.
It's a problem because this life that we have ends up being a bit binary. So let me say this in a sense. Okay, when women enter the workforce, they move in a space of capitalism, which I think is very masculine orientated in terms of energy.
Yeah, agreed.
So when women spend a lot of time in that space, right? When women spend a lot of time in that space, it's now harder to relax yourself, to come into a place of your feminine, to match a man that would even be on that level for you. It becomes very difficult because you've got to come out of that space. A bit like when those men in those spaces too lack emotional intelligence.
True.
Because being in that space all the time and you're so focused on results, you don't know how to allow yourself to receive and be free. That the less work we're doing outside of just earning money and being a capitalistic society, is the more that we're going to find that more people are not going to be able to attune emotionally. And the people that are going to attune emotionally are going to find it's even harder to date other people because there's less of those people in the market. There's more of those people that don't want to attune emotionally and want to stick to binary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it becomes harder in that space. That's what I'm saying. So it's not that anyone's bad per se. It just means that energy likes to complement itself. as I was saying to a young lady earlier on, she was saying obviously why the men are so feminine. I said, yeah, because you're over giver. That can be masculine. When you're overly giving, it's a masculine trait to give. So if you're overly giving, you're actually in the masculine position, and he's now in a feminine position. So you find people in that space. For instance, myself, when I was younger, I was definitely more in the feminine. I was very much more in the emotional space. I was very much more in the to receive more. I wanted to receive more. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I was hurt, right? And so what I found is that I kept on meeting women that were very much more guarded. They needed me to be I needed them to be the project. I needed to find them. I wanted to find women, even though I wasn't saying it, I need to find women who had walls up. Because I want to be able to be like, I wanted to look beyond the wall. I wanted to help you. I was Bob the Builder. So that's the difficulty. So for a lot of us, I think we just need to find a bit of our balance. And I think the workforce is throwing a lot of people off balance because it's so focused on getting money. And when women enter that space, they learn the traits that we have already. So for instance, and I'm not talking the good ones either. This is
The bad ones.
They learn the bad ones. So the selfishness, the vindictiveness, I can only think about me. Everybody else, I gotta sacrifice everybody. When you're in that space every day, it's tiring.
Yeah.
It's tiring. So I'm not saying women shouldn't work, by the way. I'm saying I can understand why women can get tired because when you're in that space, always you're fighting every day because that's what you're doing. You're at war every day, trying to get money. And when you come home, unless that man makes more money and he is more focused in terms of he executes more, he makes better decisions. He is somebody who, overall, quote unquote, he seems to be better. It's hard. You're not going to look at that man who's slightly below you. You're going to look at like, bro, I am doing more than you. Because the environment you're in, it's natural. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh no, that makes sense. Wait, I'm just want to touch on, sorry, one last comment, yeah. You said something about basically like giving in a relationship from like a woman to a man.
Yeah.
It's kind of masculine energy.
Yeah.
How is it masculine energy? Like elaborate on that because
Okay.
I feel like giving is kind of feminine too because it will show your partner or the person you're dating that you kind of care about them. So giving, just elaborate on that comment
Yeah.
because it's intriguing.
Yeah, so when the word given is probably incorrect because it does connotate something that shouldn't be connotated, right? But if I say provider, and when I say provider, not just financially, I'm talking about even emotional provision,